I am back, and it is the last Facebook Live I'm going to do in 2019 for tapping. Uh, and since, how can I put this? I went on way too long last time. I mean, if you go back and check the video on using tapping to release holiday stresses, you'll notice that it's like over a half an hour, and that's just too long, okay? So I have made a vow. Today, it's going to be a really short video. All we're going to do is tap on holiday stresses. Well, we're going to tap to release them. And it's going to be a tap along. So that means that I will tap and say something, and you go ahead and say it back. And here's the thing. If you want the more in-depth thing, by all means, go check out the other one. It's got all sorts of holiday stresses and ways to tap for them. But today, we're just going to do the free-form tapping on having an overwhelming to-do list, which seems to hit just about everybody at this time of year. So I'm just going to use a lot of examples of things that might be on my to-do list, your to-do list. I don't know. I come from a Midwest Christian background, and so some of this may apply to you, some of this just won't. And here's what I recommend you do. Just go ahead and say what I say, and you'll still get benefits. Or you can hear what I say and then change it so that it's more relevant to you. That's fine. Either way, you're going to benefit from doing this because your mind is going to be focused on what's going on for you. Okay. So the whole reason for doing this is to show you how to tap while saying what's on your mind instead of trying to do something specific. So I'm really just going to sort of bounce around from idea to idea. It's kind of free form. And I want to encourage you to do that yourself for what's going on with you, because this time of year, there's a lot going on. Might as well tap to lower the stress with it, okay? So if, one more thing, if the bell is too loud, too annoying, it's very holiday spirited, but it might drive me nuts. So I might stop in the middle and just take the bell off. So just so you know. All right, so we're gonna do this thing, this tap along, which means tap with me wherever I'm tapping and just do your best. You know, you might not get the right spot. It's okay, you're probably still gonna get some benefits. Don't worry about getting it just right. The only thing I want you to worry about is not hurting yourself. So you're going to tap about as hard as if you were drumming your fingers on a tabletop. So that means, you know, it should be solid without hurting yourself or whiffing it. Either way, you just want it sort of in the middle there. Okay. And that's it. Just do what I do. And if you get it, great. If you don't, it's okay. You'll be okay. All right. So here's some of the stuff. Let's start out with. Even though I'm so stressed, and you say that back, even though I'm so stressed, right? I deeply and completely accept myself. I deeply and completely accept myself. Great. Even though I'm so stressed, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I'm so stressed, I deeply and completely accept myself. I have to do it all. I have to bake cookies for the cookie exchange. I should make candy to give to the neighbors. I really need to write and mail all those holiday cards. It's time to get all those decorations out. I should have put them up 2 weeks ago. I have to make all the food for the family dinner. And then there's all these events I'm supposed to be going to. Kids are having parties at school. Everyone has a concert I need to go to. There's the holiday party at work. Yeah, it's no fun, but I have to go. And I have to buy gifts for everyone. What if I miss somebody? And I have to wrap all those gifts. What if I run out of wrapping paper? What if I don't have enough tape after all the stores are closed? And then I have to mail all those gifts. You know, I've already missed the deadline to send them cheaply. Now I have to send them priority. Costs more to send them than it did to buy them in the first place. And I have to clean the house. Need to clean the basement. Clear out that garage. Organize all the cupboards. I'm having people over, it has to be clean. And I need to get ready to travel. Make sure my tickets are in order. Pack for everybody. And then there's the family dinner. There's all those embarrassing questions. Every year they ask them. When are you going to bring a boyfriend? When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? Why are you still in that same job? How's the business going? Is it working yet? And then there's all the comparing. Whose kid is doing better at school? Who makes more money? Who just got the big award? And then someone has to start talking politics. Or get drunk. Or get their feelings hurt. And the whole month is so expensive. Can't bear to look at the credit card statement. I always spend too much, but what can you do? It's not supposed to be this way. What happened to peace on earth, goodwill towards men? What if it were safe to let go of some of this? What if I were allowed to do things differently? I could just skip the events I don't care about. I could agree to give fewer presents. I bet some of my friends would prefer to just exchange cards anyway. I could pay someone to wrap all those presents. Get those hours of my life back. And I could make only the food that people really like. No one ever eats Great Aunt Sally's lutefisk anyway. By the way, that was for all the Scandinavians in the crowd. I could buy some of the food already made. Who'll know? Who'll care? And I don't have to clean the whole house. No one's going into the basement. Or the back bedroom, for that matter. And lots of people have messy garages. This year, I'm going to start doing things differently. I'm going to put my focus on what I like. I'm going to enjoy the music. I'm going to enjoy spending time with people I love. I'll limit the time I spend with people who are challenging. This year, I'm going to do what truly brings me joy. Okay, so that's basically how it's done. You tap on whatever comes to mind. that you're thinking about around that holiday stress. Oh, look at all the people who are here. Hey, hi, Tanya. And Julie, good to see you. And Philippa, welcome, welcome. So I just did that tap along, and it really is straightforward. You can tap along with me. This is going to become a video that you can play if you want to, and just tap along with it. But the idea here is you don't really even have to say what I say. Say what comes to your own mind when you're thinking about what's stressing you out. And just tap while saying it. There's all these phone calls to make. My kid won't be with me this year. Whatever it is, tap. And you can repeat yourself, because if it keeps coming up, then there's a reason. You need to sort of release it. And the tap, and by the way, just saying these things without tapping probably isn't going to help. The tapping is what brings the stress levels down. Because if we're just talking about it, just saying it, writing out your to-do list would probably be enough. But instead, that actually creates a lot of stress. Actually, though, I should say, that's a little tip. If you want to, just writing out all the things you have to do can help lower your stress. I should have said that before. Because what happens is when you have anything more than 3, your brain starts to juggle it and repeating it and working extra hard to remember all the things you have to do, because you're afraid you'll drop something. And our brains are really good at things like organizing, prioritizing, analyzing. But when it comes to being a database, they really are not good at all. So what you want to do is just write it out. And then, oh, sorry, the bell is driving me nuts. Just write it out. And then you can cross it off as you finish it. But even just the act of having it all in one place, don't write it on a napkin here and a scrap of paper over there, one place. So all you have to remember is where you kept it. That'll help with the to-dos too. But I really recommend, when I did the tap along, there were some things I suggested that I could do instead of what I was doing. Exchange cards instead of gifts, make an agreement with friends that way. Only cook the foods that people really like, buy some of the foods, don't clean every square inch of your place. The stuff that really doesn't matter, and focus on the stuff that does matter. And I know you've heard all those recommendations elsewhere. But there's a funny thing when you tap and you start with the stuff you feel like you have to do, the negative stuff. And as you let go of that, it seems like it's much more easy to consider changing it up, doing things differently. So that's what I recommend. Go ahead and tap along with this again if you want. And by all means, say what's on your mind when you're tapping and see how it starts to shift and change. The way you think about it shifts and changes. It's great. Anyway, I promised this would be a shorter video. It's shorter than last week's. Let's put it that way. I just can't stop tapping. I'm going to stop talking now. All right. Everybody have a wonderful holiday season. Whatever holiday you celebrate, I hope it is filled with joy, and you let go of some of the stuff you don't need. Take care. Bye.